And here are the horses now for this evening's first race. Claiming Pacers Racing 1 mile. Scratch the 2-horse. Number 1 is Shy Sid. Over the Cheatin' Heart stable of Fairborn. Mike Wilder driving. 2 is scratched. Number 3, Frisky's Hurricane, owned by Betty Benner of New Lebanon. Make the driver John Collins. Collins drives the 3. 4 is Dublin Sunday Star, owned by Don Bolin Jr. with Keith Haynes aboard. Number 5 is Phantom Like. Timothy Ryan of Kentucky, the owner. Make the driver Dave Merrill. David Merrill drives the 5. Number 6, Smoldering Ash, is owned by Ron Barker of Chillicothe. Justin Hall drives. 7, Be Who, owned by Dan Pitcavage of Ohio for Dale Edwards. Number 8, Special Dan, owned by the E&L stable with Randy Tharps driving. 9 is Pendle Messenger, owned by David Linden of Franklin. Jeff McNabb in the bike. And number 10, The Son of BV, owned by Mary Hilbright of Columbus. Eric Lenford in the sulky. Here's lining up behind the gate. They're on the backside. There they go. And they're off. It's Frisky's Hurricane first to leave. From the outside comes Special Dan. And between horses, it's Be Who. Off the rail 4th came Shy Sid. Sliding through 5, The Son of BV on the outside. Racing 6th, it's Phantom Like. Along the rail, early 7th as they move into the first turn. Dublin Sunday Star inside, racing 8th. It's Smoldering Ash, the trailer 9th, Pendle Messenger. They're at the first quarter-mile marker, and Special Dan has cleared to set the early pace. First quarter paced in 28-2. And on the inside, Frisky's Hurricane gets the guard spot, trip second. Along the rail, 3rd to Be Who. Gapping slightly 4th, it's Shy Sid. It's a gap of 2 lengths. 5 to The Son of BV. 2 lengths for the back. 6th to Phantom Like. And now underway 7th. Here comes Smoldering Ash. He's looking to flush cover as they approach the halfway point with Special Dan in control. Inside, racing 2nd as they approach that half-mile marker. Frisky's Hurricane along the rail, gapping 3rd to Be Who. They reach the halfway point, 58-4. And here comes Frisky's Hurricane now to the outside. That's Shy Sid moving first up as they straighten out down the backstretch. On the rail now, racing 4th to Be Who. Flushing cover to the outside 5 comes The Son of BV, followed closely 6th by Smoldering Ash. On towards the 3/4-mile marker they go, and it's still Special Dan. He's length throughout, leads by a length, but at the leader's wheel now, pressuring 2 comes Shy Sid. And locked in the 3rd to Frisky's Hurricane. The Son of BV is 2nd over, drafting along, racing 4th. At the 3/4 in 1:30. Field begins to tighten now as they turn for home on the front end. It's still Special Dan looking to wire the field. Frisky's Hurricane is waiting for racing room, and Shy Sid far outside. Here comes Smoldering Ash with less than 1/8 of a mile to go. It's Special Dan, the leader. Inside, Frisky's Hurricane is chasing a 2nd. Be Who finding racing room. Smoldering Ash far outside. It's Special Dan, gate to wire. Trackside, the official winner of this evening's first race, number 8, Special Dan, 5-year-old Ohio-bred son of Steady Special from Miss Debbie Dancer. Over the E&L stable of Dayton, Ohio, Fred Winstead Jr. trains Randy Tharps in the sulky. 4th season's victory for Special Dan, pacing the mile in 2 minutes 4/5. Word now for race number 2, second half of the daily double. A condition trot. There are no changes. Racing 1 mile, purse of $2,000. Number 1 is A Major, owned by Herschel Lincoln of West Milton. R.J. Brown drives. Number 2, FLIVER, owned by Dan Carvahani of Richwood for Cherry Holton. 3 is Trotton Code, owned by Alvin Yoder and Paul Yoder of Ohio. Scott Cox aboard. Number 4, Big Fanny, owned by Richard and Betty McNutt of Mellisburg with Jeff Cox. 5, Hunts's Sister, owned by Melody Ross of Powell with Del Miller. Number 6, Jerky Turkey, owned by John Stone and Jim Floria with Brent Holland aboard. 7, Bomber's Score, owned by Joe Lanning of Zanesville. Dave Hawk drives. Number 8, BJ Hilltopper, owned by Ben Foster of Waverly for Terry Thompson Jr. Number 9, I'm for Susie, owned by Sue Van Lennep and Daryl Sapp of Ohio. Frank Todd Jr. in the bike. And number 10, You Owe Us, laced by Earl Allison of Springfield. Don Feaster in the sulky. Second race, condition trotters lining up behind the gate. They're on the backside. There they go. Off stride is the 7, Bomber's Score. And they're off. From between horses, the 5 Hunsa's Sister is first to leave. I'm for Susie far outside, came away nicely, and FLIVER is also off stride early as they race towards the first turn. A Major off the rail came away third on the inside, trotting fourth. You Owe Us. Outside racing F5 comes PJ HILLTOPPER. Along the rail racing sixth, Trotting Code. Far back seventh comes FLIVER on the inside, racing eighth. Also after a break is JERKY. Reaching that first quarter-mile marker, and on the front, Hunsa's Sister now sets the yearly pace. She leads by a length at the first quarter in 30 1/5. A Major garden spot seat is trotting second. I'm for Susie along the rail. It's trotting third. You Owe Us gapping 3 lengths fourth. 3 lengths 5 to BJ HILLTOPPER. Inside sixth to Trotting Code. Far back seventh comes FLIVER. Then it's a gap of 3 lengths eighth to JERKY. Far back ninth to Big Fanny, and further back 10th to Bomber's Score. Trotters are all strung out now as they reach the halfway point. 1 minute 2/5 with the 5 Hunsa's Sister in control here by a length. A Major waiting patiently is trotting a second. I'm for Susie at 25 1, trotting third. You Owe Us on the inside at 50 1 is trotting fourth, and now pulling the pocket from the back. Here comes Trotting Code as they fire down the back stretch. Hunsa's Sister now being pressured heavily by I'm for Susie as she makes a big move, trotting to the outside. You Owe Us quickly after that cover, trotting a third. A Major is racing fourth, 3/4, 132 1. Midway to the final turn, Hunsa's Sister, she looks to wire the field. I'm for Susie looking for the big upset here. You Owe Us set to strike 3 wide. A Major, and here comes Trotting Code into striking distance with less than 1/8 of a mile to go, and it's still Hunsa's Sister with the lead, and she now opens up by 4. I'm for Susie on the inside, and You Owe Us. Here comes Trotting Code in deep stretch. Hunsa's Sister is flawless tonight. Trackside is the official winner, number 5, Hunsa's Sister, a 5-year-old Ohio-bred daughter of Tabor Lobel from Gretchen T. Home of Melody Ross of Powell, Donna Harriet, the trainer. Dallas Miller in the sulky this evening. Hunsa's Sister scoring her first seasonal victory. That's a new lifetime mark for the 5-year-old mare. At a mile and 2:03 1/5. The 5:10 perfected. Here's the field now. Race number 3, claiming pacers, racing 1 mile, field of 10. Number 1 is Fred the Hatmaker. Laced by Kip Hall of Lebanon, Dave Hawk drives. Number 2, Stylish Cookout, shown by Jeff Locke of Catawba with Jimmy Wissman. Number 3, Blue Creek Butch, shown by Sherry Monjar of Dayton for Brent Holland. Number 4, Gary, shown by Anna Marjorie Marshall of Washington Courthouse, Keith Haynes aboard. 5 is Bill Donder, owned by Jim Florio of Hamilton with Mike Wilder. Number 6, Rick and Dick, owned by Rhonda Stidham and Linda May of Ohio. Sean Mayhew drives. 7 is Happy as a Lark, owned and driven by Sam Coven of Lebanon. Number 8, Stellar Attraction, John Wilkin, a Middle Point, the owner. Randy Tharp drives. Number 9, Sir Stoney, owned by Charles Wingfield of Kenton, Jeff out of the bike. It's claiming pacers, lining up, moving in. They're on the back stretch. There they go. And they're off. From the inside, Stylish Cookout is first to leave. Far outside, there goes Sir Stoney. 1 step quicker will take command. Off the rail 3, it's Fred the Hatmaker. Bill Donder between horses is 4th. Circling 5 comes Rick and Dick on the inside, pacing a 6th, Blue Creek Butch. 4 lengths 7th to Scooter Rock on the inside, racing 8th as they round the upper turn. That's Gary. 9th along the rail, Happy as a Lark. The early trailer is Stellar Attraction at the first quarter-mile marker, 28 2. And on the front with the lead, it's Stylish Cookout by a length. Rick and Dick parked to the outside is 2nd. Sir Stoney along the rail is 3rd. 2 lengths 4th to Fred the Hatmaker. 2 lengths for the back 5. It's Bill Donder. Along the rail 6th comes Blue Creek Butch. Then it's a gap of 4 to Scooter Rock. As they move into the clubhouse turn, it's Stylish Cookout with the lead by a length. Rick and Dick Park now the outside will go the long mile second. Along the rail 3 to Sir Stoney. They're at the half at 58 and 4. Here comes Fred the Hatmaker joining the cover flow to the outside, but he'll tip 3 wide now, and Fred the Hatmaker with a bold move off the turn is moving 3 wide and challenging the leader as they straighten out down the backside. On the outside, Fred the Hatmaker puts a nose in front. Stylish Cookout battles back second. To the outside, Blue Creek Butch has live cover. He's pacing a third. Sir Stoney down low is fourth. Outside pacing 5 is Happy as a Lark. They're at the 3/4 and 129 and 3. Stylish Cookout with the inside advantage will retake the lead now. Fred the Hatmaker to the outside couldn't clear. He's back second. And Sir Stoney waiting for racing room along the rail is third. To the inside fourth to Bill Donder with less than 1/8 of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. Stylish Cookout holding off the field with Sir Stoney to the inside. Far outside comes Blue Creek Butch. Further outside, that's Gary in deep stretch. Sir Stoney gets up to win it. Second to 5, Bill Donder. Trackside, the official winner of the third, number 9, Sir Stoney, 5-year-old Ohio-bred son of Iron Stonell from Sassy Row. Well, by Charlie Wingfield of Kenton. Brad Crates, the trainer Jeff, out in the sulky first season's victory, the mile 2:01. 9.5 Perfecta pays $346. Here's the field. Race number 4, fillies and mares claiming handicap pacers racing a mile, a purse of $2,000. Number 1 is Beachwear. Although William M. of Lockburn, Dave Hawk drives. Number 2, Washpaneva, owned by Steve Moore of Carlisle for Mike Wilder. Make the driver Mike Wilder on the 2. Number 3, Barb's Byline, owned by Melby Ober with Melby Ober Jr. driving. 4, Jiggy Jog Bluegrass, owned by Kip Hall of Lebanon, Jeff Found aboard. Number 5, Corky's Young Wolf, owned by the Cheaton Heart Stable and Terrence Williams for Dale Hamilton. Number 6, Sweet Surprise, owned by the Algin Enterprises of Beaver Creek. Make the driver Jimmy Wisman. Wisman drives the 6-horse. 7 is Champagne Margot, owned by Virgil Parks with Ron Steck in the bike. And the 8-horse Shoot the Goal, owned by JBC Howard Lancaster Reel, Bethel, Pennsylvania, and Kentros, Brent Holland in the sulky. Mares are on behind the gate. They swing to the backstretch. There they go. And they're off. From the outside, the 7, Champagne Margot. First to leave. Off the rail comes Beachwear. Between horses, that's Barb's Byline. And on the outside, as they move into the first turn, is Sweet Surprise. Champagne Margot is off stride as they move into the first turn. Beachwear off the rail will take the lead. Sweet Surprise searching for the seat second. Up the rail quickly comes Barb's Byline. Inside racing fourth, Jiggy Jog Bluegrass. And Shoot the Goal is off stride on the off track now as they reach the first quarter in 29 seconds. And on the front, Beachwear has the lead. Barb's Byline is on the inside second. Jiggy Jog Bluegrass follows third. Sweet Surprise finds a seat fourth on the rail. Inside 5 to Washpaneva. And Shoot the Goal again gets underway. Will now flush cover to the outside sixth. On the rail 7th, it's Corky's Young Wolf. The trailer is Champagne Margot. Into the clubhouse, turn the go. Beachwear has the lead by a length, but on the outside comes Jiggy Jog Bluegrass to pressure 2. They're at the half, 59 and 4. Barb's Byline on the inside is second, and Shoot the Goal again is off stride as they straighten out down the backstretch. Jiggy Jog Bluegrass on the outside, Beachwear on the inside. These two battle it out. Barb's Byline watching that battle unfold is pacing third. Along the rail fourth, Sweet Surprise. Washpaneva couldn't keep up with cover, is racing fifth. Now 3 wide of the outside. Sixth comes Corky's Young Wolf. Nearing the 3/4 mile marker in Beachwear. Inside advantage, retaking again at the 3/4 and 129 and 3. And Jiggy Jog Bluegrass is still there a game. A second, Barb's Byline under the whip is third. Washpaneva Even now up one notch, is racing fourth as they turn for home. Less than an eighth of a mile to go, and Beachwear continues to lead. Jiggy Junk Bluegrass is still a nagging second on the outside. Here comes Wash Beneva coming from far back. Mid-stretch, Beachwear, Jiggy Junk Bluegrass, and Wash Beneva. Deep stretch now, Beachwear coming back to take it in 2 minutes and 2. 3140. Trackside now, the winner, number 1, Beachwear, a 5-year-old Ohio-bred daughter of Set the Style from Surfer Girl over William M. of Lockburn, Alex Spence Jr., the trainer Dave Hawk in the sulky. Second season's victory for the 5-year-old Beachwear, pacing tonight's mile, 2 minutes and 2 fifths. Be sure to ask for track number 2 when wagering on tonight's simulcast races. Ladies and gentlemen, the horses are on the track and parading postward. Race number 5, the first half of the twin trifecta. Again, one major change, the 7-horse. Again, the 7-horse should read Little Red Scooter, a 3-year-old BJ Scoot. And here is the field. Number 1, Young Raven, by Jesse Andre and Lorraine Young, with Darren Mauser driving. Number 2, OLUCKY Strike, over the Star Country stable of Frankfurt for Jim Daly. 3 is Eagle's Image, owned by Charles Little and Joyce Wagner of Sunbury. Charlie Little drives. Number 4, Fritzy Dundee, owned by Bill Fritz of Mechanicsburg with Herbie Brown. Number 5, Cha-Ching, Cha-Ching, owned by James Mental of Dayton, John Collins up. 6 is Sharp Falcon, owned by Robert Melchheimer and Peggy Donahue of Ohio. Del Miller up. 7 is Little Red Scooter, owned by John Kroner and Bill Lerman of Athens. Charlie Schoonover driving. Number 8, JC's Raven, owned by Carolyn and John Smith of Bill Fountain for Bruce Regal. 9, Clearwater Clint, owned by Thad Bogan, Richard Murphy and Clement Rothel of Ohio. Ron Steck in the buy. And the 10 horses, Uncle Robert. He's owned by Ted Waddle, Doug Bonham, and Mary Bach of Ohio. Keith Haynes in the sulky. The gate swings into the backstretch. There they go. And they're off. Fritzy Dundee is first to leave alongside its Eagle's Image. From the outside, Little Red Scooter. Off the rail fourth comes Young Raven. Into the first turn they go to the outside, pacing at 5. It's Sharp Falcon on the inside, 6th. OLUCKY Strike, Cha-Ching, Cha-Ching came away 7th. 2 lengths 8th to Uncle Robert. 2 lengths 9th to JC's Raven. The early trailer 10th is Clearwater Clint as they reach that first quarter-mile marker, and Little Red Scooter has taken the lead. First stop in 28 and 3. Part of the outside to second comes Eagle's Image to pressure. Along the rail and racing a third comes Fritzy Dundee, followed fourth by Young Raven. And part 5, it's Sharp Falcon. With that cover 6th, it's Cha-Ching, Cha-Ching. He'll swing 3 deep now as the field begins to tighten. They're headed towards the half. It's Eagle's Image with the lead by a length and a half. Inside, Little Red Scooter is now second. Along the rail 3, Fritzy Dundee. They reach the half 59 and 1, and Cha-Ching, Cha-Ching is on the rim, far outside, 3 wide. He's advancing 4th between horses 5 as they straighten out down the back stretch. It's Sharp Falcon. Outside with a live cover now comes JC's Raven, and Clearwater Clint getting into the picture now. Young Raven off the rail is shuffled back badly now, and the field continues to tighten as they reach the 3/4 mile marker. Cha-Ching, Cha-Ching, a big mile here tonight. Puts ahead in front now as they reach the 3/4, 1:30 and 2, and Cha-Ching, Cha-Ching, the longest mile of them all, has a lead inside Eagle's Image. At 25 to 1 is still game second. Little Red Scooter the inside is third as they turn for home. Less than an eighth of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Eagle's Image looking to pull off the upset here, but on the far outside comes OLUCKY Strike, and OLUCKY Strike is alive and surging in deep stretch. OLUCKY Strike is up to win it. Little Red Scooter is second. The 5th race, first half twin try, the 2 OLUCKY Strike, a 4-year-old Ohio-bred son of Nuke's Image From OLUCKY Style by Set the Style over the Star Country stable of Frankfurt, Art Jones, the trainer. Nicely catch driven tonight by Jim Daly. First season's victory, that's a new lifetime mark on the sloppy track tonight, 2:01 2/5. Presenting the horses for race number 6, Stallions and Geldings, racing 1 mile, purse $2,000. This a field of 9. There are no changes. Number 1 is Good and Great, owned by Ted and Frida Roop of Dayton. Ted Roop drives. Number 2 is Border Reaver, owned and driven by Phil Davey of Bill Fountain. Number 3, KW's Masterpiece, owned by Ken and Joanne Kirk of New Holland, Walt Ferguson Jr. 4, Raceway Duke, owned by Chuck Grubbs of Grove City with Brad Hanners. Number 5 is Traditional Guy, owned by Donna Rogers of Lebanon, Jimmy Westman. 6 is Double Down Style, owned by Lauren Paul Baker of Galloway with Jeff Fout. Number 7 is Pretty Near Perfect. Mike Wilder drives for owner Jim Fry. Number 8, Kenny Brook, owned by Joanne Miller of Miamisburg, Sam Coben of the bike. And number 9, Golden Seat, owned by Kerry Turcott of Canada, Leslie Turcott in Sulky. 6th race, Stallions and Geldings are on and behind the gate. They swing to the backstretch for the start. There they go. They're off and pacing. It's the 4, Raceway Duke for the lead. Traditional Guy alongside his second. Border Reaver finds a seat early this week, is along the rail 3rd of the outside, pacing 4th, Double Down Style. Off the rail 5 came Good and Great, moving through the inside 6th, KW's Masterpiece. Early 7th, Pretty Near Perfect is parked. To the inside, racing 8th comes Golden Seat, Kenny Brook, the early trailer. Approaching the first quarter on the outside, it's Double Down Style to take command at the first stop. 29 and 2, Double Down Style to the front end. Inside a second, Raceway Duke, and Border Reaver is out again. He's racing 3rd. Along the rail 4th, it's Traditional Guy. Racing 5 comes Good and Great. Inside a 6th, it's Pretty Near Perfect. To the outside 7th comes Kenny Brook as they race towards the half. Border Reaver back down to the inside has taken the lead now. Double Down Style to the inside is 2nd. Good and Great is now uncovered, moving first up 3rd. Raceway Duke along the rail is 4th. They reach the half 1 minute. Kenny Brook under the outside is racing a 5th now. The inside and 6th comes Traditional Guy. Saving ground 7th. It's Pretty Near Perfect. Golden Seat comes to the outside is 8th. And now the trailer is KW's Masterpiece. Down the backside, and it's Border Reaver with the lead at 18 to 1. He leads by a length and a half. Inside a 2nd. Double Down Style, along the rail 3rd, Raceway Duke. Good and Great can advance on the outside. He's still there 4th, 3/4 and 1:30 and 1. Border Reaver again looking for the upset. Leads by a length and a half. Double Down Style has yet to move 2nd. Outside now pacing a 3rd as they move to the final turn. It's Good and Great with less than an 1/8 of a mile to go, and Border Reaver clinging to the lead. Inside, Double Down Style, racing a 3rd on the far outside. Now here comes Golden Seat, and he's coming on strong. Golden Seat, 22 to 1. Kenny Brook alongside, and Golden Seat gets up to win it. The official winner this evening, a big mile coming from last to first, number 9, Golden Seat. 9-year-old son of Abercrombie from Miss Snell by Fashion Tip, owned by Kerry Turcott of Canada. Leslie Turcott, the trainer and driver tonight. Golden Seat getting there in deep stretch for his first season's victory, pacing the mile in 2 minutes and 3/5. The 9-8 Perfecta paying $341, and the Trifecta 982 returning $8,701.60. 6th race results, the 1, Good and Great, number 8. Here's the field for the 7th race, second half of the twin try, claiming handicap pacers. Number 1 is Bruises Gold Bar, held by Peggy Donahue and Robert Nolsheimer of Ohio. Del Miller up. Number 2 is Bristol Avenue, owned by Dan Petcavage of Ohio. Dale Edwards drives. 3 is Country George, owned by Keith Richardson of Westchester for Mike Wilder. Number 4, Cedar Lawn Mark, owned by Wesley Hilton of Huber Heights. Jeff found aboard. 5 is Delay Choice, owned by Russ Britton with Ryan Holton. Number 6, No Retreat. Roy Murphy, the owner, Dave Hawk drives. 7 is GR, owned and driven by Sam Coven. Number 8, Raven Colt, owned by David Overholzer of Bell Fountain. Jim Shelton drives. 9 is Shadwell, owned by George Feltner for Eric Lenford. And number 10 is Ed Trapp, owned by Vicky McNabb. Jeff McNabb in the sulky. 7th race, Claiming Pacers lining up, moving in. They're on the backstretch. There they go. And they're off. It's Delay Choice. First to lead from the inside, it's Country George, and between horses, Cedar Lawn Mark. Outside, racing 4th, comes No Retreat. On the inside, pacing 5, it's Bristol Avenue. Off the rail, 6th came Bruises Gold Bar. Inside and racing 7th, that's Ed Trapp. Along the rail and racing 8th, GR. 9th along the rail as they reach that first quarter-mile marker, Raven Colt. Far back, the Triller. It's Shadwell. First job, 28-1. Coming through the stretch out of the outside, looking to take the lead now, comes No Retreat. Delay Choice on the inside is racing 2nd. 2 lengths 3rd to Cedar Lawn Mark. Inside the 4th, Country George. 3 lengths 5 to Bristol Avenue. On the inside, the 6th comes Bruises Gold Bar. And now here comes Raven Colt as he gets underway. Nearing the halfway point with Delay Choice in control here. A strong hold leading by a length a half, 58-3. And No Retreat. Park now the entire mile is racing 2nd. Cedar Lawn Mark on the inside is 3rd. Swinging 3 wide now as they straighten out down the backstretch comes Country George as he makes his bid for the lead. He's followed closely by Raven Colt, and Raven Colt's come a long ways to get here. Field begins to tighten up a bit now. It's Country George on the outside. He puts a nose and neck a length in front, and Country George wheeling right by to take command, and Raven Colt continues the strong forward motion. 3/4, 129-4. Midway to the final turn, and it's Country George with the lead by a half a length. Raven Colt is still right there, coming on strong 2nd, and GR is closing quickly 3rd. Turning for home now, less than an 1/8 of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Wilder doing the work on Country George. Outside it's Raven Colt, and GR is coming to them both in mid-stretch. Raven Colt, Country George, GR, late surge and deep stretch. It's Raven Colt by a neck. Trackside, the official winner. Number 8, Raven Colt, 7-year-old son of Raven Hanover from Patsy Hanover. Well, by David Overholzer of Bell Fountain, Jim Shelton, the trainer and driver this evening. First season's victory, the mile 2:01. Here's the field now with 5 minutes of post for race number 8, Condition Trotters. They'll be racing 1 mile, a purse of $4,000. Number 1 is Crown Time Patriot, owned by Oster Cronover of MacArthur. Ryan Holton drives. Number 2, Whitewall Crown, owned by Deidre Nickerson, Mary Apking, and Marisa Smith with Jeff Smith aboard. 3 is Post Date, owned by Mike Sowers of MacArthur for Dell Miller. Number 4 is Big Niles, owned by Jimmy Cruz with Tom Hall driving. 5 is Vince, owned by Richard Billman and Helen Asnagel of Jackson. Dan Ader with the lines. Number 6, Baltic Hero, owned by Marty Lavelle of Columbus, Kelly Shepard. 7 is Paliopito Tiam, owned by Ted Gregory of Montgomery. Jeff Fountain gets the call. Number 8, Decoy, owned by Mike Griffin of Bucyrus. Mel Turcotte of the bike. 9 is Power Score, owned by Steve McCoy, Robert Worth, and Thomas Ridgely of Ohio. Hugh Beatty Jr. drives. Number 10, Perfect Day Joran, owned by Mac Davis of Zanesville. Dave Hawk in the sulky. One-play show, perfected trifecta. 8th race, Condition Trotters. They're rolling behind the gate. They're on the backside. There they go. And they're off. From the inside, Post Date gets the first call alongside a second, Big Niles. Outside, trotting a third, that's Vince. Racing early fourth, Paliopido top of the inside to 5, Crown Time Patriot. Sliding through 6th, Perfect Desjardins to the outside, trotting a 7th. It's Baltic Hero, away 8th, Whitewall Crown. 2 lengths 9th, that's Decoy. The trailer 10th is Power Score. First quarter, 28 3. Trotters in straight formation now as they come to the stretch with Post Date leading the way by a length. Big Niles right behind him is second. Along the rail trotting a third. It's Vince to the inside 4th, Paliopido Tom. Then comes Crown Time Patriot. Inside Perfect Desjardins. Baltic Hero coming to the outside. Flushed first up. Flushed by Whitewall Crown who's racing 8th. Decoy saving ground 9th. Power Score slipping up the rail as they reach the half with Post Date on the front end, half and 59 3. Big Niles now to the outside, moving first up, challenging second. Vince along the rail is third. Paliopido Tom getting the cover, second over, trotting 4th. Perfect Desjardins follows that live cover, is racing 5th. Trotting a 6th, Crown Time Patriot to the outside. 7th came Baltic Hero. Down the backside they go. They're 3 across now. Paliopido Tom. 3 wide will take the lead. Post Date to the inside is second. Perfect Desjardins follows the live cover through. Third at the 3/4 at 130. The field is shuffling now. And on the front, Paliopido Tom claiming the lead. But Perfect Desjardins is right there at his wheel, pressuring 2. Post Date along the rail is third. Decoy into striking position. Less than an 1/8 of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. It's Paliopido Tom with the lead. Perfect Desjardins and Decoy. Here comes Whitewall Crown far outside. Deep stretch between them. That's Vince. And Vince gets up to win it. Here is the winner, number 5, Vince, a 4-year-old Ohio bred son of Speed and Action from O'Joy by Pride and Pleasure. Held by Richard Billman and Illinois Snoggle Jackson. Dan Eder, the trainer and driver tonight. Vince scoring his second season's victory, his second consecutive here at Scioto Downs. Trotting tonight's mile in 2 minutes and 4, coming through in heavy traffic in deep stretch. Complete order finish, the 1 Crown Time Patriot 2, number 2 Whitewall Crown 3, number 3 Post Date 8, number 4 Big Niles 9, number 5 Vince the winner, number 6 Baltic Hero 10, 7 Paliopido Tom 7, number 8 Decoy 5, number 9 Power Score 6, and number 10 Perfect Desjardins 4. Top down reading 238, 9 1 10, 7 5 6 4. 9th race is clear. They're on no changes. Win, play, show, perfecta, superfecta wagering. 12 minutes. Ninth race, pacing Stallions and Geldings are on the track and parading postward. Number 1 is Mickey SPUR, owned by Walter Howard of Columbus. Justin Hall drives. 2 is Me Woe, owned by Robert Henry of Stoutsville with Darren Mauser. 3 is GIMMICK, owned by Craig Carter of Johnstown. Ron Boston aboard. Number 4, Jewelers Row, owned by the KWH Stables of Grove City, handled by Jeff Fout. 5 is Falcon Worthy, Mike Wilder driving for owner Tina Smith. 6 is Juana Samo by Carl Gayhart of Fairborn for Herbie Brown. 7 is Duke Field, laced and driven by Bob Harper of Hilliard. Number 8, My Last Bid, owned by Patricia Nichols of Lebanon, Jim Shelton up. Number 9 is Mr. Nuke, laced by Earl Speech Jr. of Washington Courthouse, Jeff Smith in the bike. Number 10, I'm Fancy Free, owned by Joanne Miller and Tim Humrick of Miamisburg, Sam Coven in the Sulky. One play show, perfecta, superfecta, wager to the backstretch for the start. There they go. They're off and pacing. My Last Bid makes the first bid for the lead. On the inside comes GIMMICK. Far outside third, that's Dukefield. From between horses, fourth, it's Jewelers Row. To the inside 5, Miwoo. Off the rail 6th came Mickey Spur. Moving through 7th, that's I'm Fancy Free. Along the wheel and racing 8th, it's Falcon Worthy. To the inside 9th, what a sum, the early trailer 10th, it's Mr. Nuke. At the first quarter mile marker, 28 and 2 fast, and on the outside looking to take the lead now comes Jewelers Row. My last bit of the inside, battling back second. Gimmick follows third at 2 lengths. Fourth to Miwoo on the inside 5. That's Dukefield. 2 lengths 6th to Mickey Spur. To the outside of 7th now, here comes Falcon Worthy. He'll flush live cover in front as they race towards the half. On the front with the lead, Jewelers Row leads by 3 parts of a length. My last bid. Pulling the pocket now, challenging a second. Gimmick follows third, the half 58 and 1. Down the backside they go, and on the front, Jewelers Row continues to lead. My last bid. Dropping back down to the inside after the failed attempt to go to the front end. Gimmick squeezing out. There goes Miwoo, charging 3 deep. Past the 5/8, on towards the 3/4, and it's still Jewelers Row by 2 lengths. Miwoo to the outside is second. Along the rail 3, my last bid. Gimmick is racing fourth. 3 wide comes Falcon Worthy at the 3/4, 128 and 4. Midway to the final turn, Jewelers Row still by 2.5. Miwoo on the inside is second. Falcon's Worthy, and far outside, here comes Mr. Nuke. Turning for home with less than 1/8 of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Jewelers Row still in front, but Mr. Nuke is coming at him and coming on. Mid-stretch, Fout going to work on Jewelers Row. Mr. Nuke is still coming to him. He won't get him. Jewelers Row hangs on. Trackside, the unofficial winner, number 4, Jewelers Row, 5-year-old son of Big Towner from Rare Dame by Storm Damage. Over the KWH stables of Grove City, Randy Owens, the trainer Jeff out of the sulky. First season's victory, 159 4/5. Finishing third, number 7, Dukefield. Finishing fourth, the 6, What a Sum. 4976 Superfecta, $616.